morning. All right, so we are live. Thank you for joining me on this beautiful Friday morning. It's gorgeous out there. So I hope you can go and enjoy. I don't know, I'm trying to click to make sure I can see comments and messages. And there we go. Fingers were not cooperating. So good morning, bonjour Martine, bonjour Rita. So we're doing about 20 minute standing. So if the floor is not your friend, then let's start with the little standing sequence, and then we're gonna go to the floor to finish. So do what you can for today. We're working on balance in the standing position, and then some days it's good, some days it's not as good, and so just be patient with yourself, and because some days are just better than others. So we're going to start feet under our hips and just lifting the heel up. We're not working here. I just want you to move gently. So just seeing how are your feet feeling this morning, because we worked them quite a bit yesterday. If you did the afternoon session, so you might be feeling there's a lot of little tiny muscles in your feet. So you might be feeling those. And we're going to find your balance on one leg. So you can have a couple fingers on the chair here. I don't want you to work too much on the balance yet, just waking it up. You're going to straighten the leg in front, you're going to put your heel down. And here you're going to give me a little rotation inside your hip joint. Just moving gently. Now when you're here, make sure you're not sinking into that hip. So little pull up, little awareness here. Good, let's switch leg. So you're going to unlock the knee you're standing on, just straighten the other one in front and flex your foot, heel down. Make sure you're not following it, so it's just a little in front. And a little rotation inside that hip joint. Good. And let's bring it in. Good, just move your legs around. Let's move our shoulders. So feet can be put apart a little wider, up to you. You're going to bring the shoulders forward. So I'm just going forward here and then up and gently to the back. Now make sure it's just your shoulders moving. Sometimes we're trying to make the movement bigger by moving the rest of the body. So try and focus on just the shoulder. It doesn't have to be a really hard movement to do. Just go to where you can gently. Let's go the other direction. So just feeling how that is this morning. Oh, bonjour Carole. So there's 8 of us again this morning, which is awesome on a Friday morning. And let's bring our arms up, and you're going to give me a little wrist rotation here. So the warm-up is just to get things moving, and again to find out the little quirks that are going on with our body today. I taught a few classes yesterday, and I have to film a class to centric to keep current, and so I did a lot of footwork, and I could feel all my muscles in my feet this morning when I got up. So depending on the day, it's going to be different. All right, we're going to go into a little bit balance work. So we're going to inhale, and on your next exhale, I want you to lift your right heel off the ground and go up on your toes and inhale down. So we're just doing a little weight transfer. I'm going to ask you to start thinking about that pelvic floor. Exhaling, pulling the pelvic floor in. Inhale, bring it down. So you're going to inhale through your nose, exhale through your nose. Inhale. Okay, let's lift the foot a little bit higher if that works for you today. So you get on your toes, maybe it wants to go higher, and then press it down. Don't just let it fall down. Now as you're lifting up, keep that upper body lifted so we're not sinking here. Balance is going to be much easier if this is engaged. Bringing in, trying to draw in the pelvic floor as you're lifting is also going to help you keep the core engaged. Good. Let's exhale, lifting up. Inhale down. So I'm going a little higher every time. Taking your time. If I'm breathing too fast for you, then just go slower. That's okay. pressing that foot down. We're going to do one more on each side. And last one. Good. Let's relax a little bit, the legs. We're going to do a little pendulum. So we won't need the chair at first. Feet are unlocked, knees are unlocked. So you're going to straighten just like that, right leg behind. Now your foot is going to be flexed. And here we're just going to lift the heel up and down, just a little bit. Now I don't want this to happen. Up nice and tall here. Imagine you have a 2x4 on your back. So it's on your head, on your shoulders, on your hips, on your heel. So you want to touch it the whole time and lift your heel up and down. Just a little pendulum. Up, down. Or those old cuckoo clocks where the bird comes out and it goes up and down. That's what this makes me think of. So up, down. You can go a little higher with your back heel, but don't think lower with your upper body. So we're going to inhale, next exhale, lift, 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 and inhale, pressing it down. Exhale, lift, 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 lift. Inhale, pressing it down. One more time, exhale, lift, 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 and inhale, pressing it down. Wherever you're looking at is important for your balance. I look sideways and it totally disturbed my whole balance. So knees are unlocked. You take your left leg and bring it back. Now your foot is flexed up nice and tall. We don't want that sinking into the low back and we don't want to curve down. So we're just going to do a little lift off the ground first. So you're just going to inhale, exhale, little lift, down. Just testing it out. Then a little higher maybe, down. A little higher, down. Good, let's do the full exhale as we're lifting up, taking your time, going to where you can, exhaling up, pressing the leg down, inhale. So let's exhale up. Inhale, press it down. We all have one leg that is better than the other. So one side that's better than the other for our balance. So I'm standing on my right leg and I can actually look at the screen and do it one more time without losing my balance, which is challenging on my left side. And relax, shake it out. And that's okay. We just work both sides equally. Eventually we'll get to the better equilibre, balance. Okay, and we're going to go back into our front leg work. So thinking up nice and tall, we're going to bring our arms in front. We're going to inhale. We're going to exhale, a little rotation to the side. I want your hips to stay in place, just a little rotation. Inhale to center, exhale, rotate. Inhale to center. Now watch the shoulders. We don't want them up here. Keep your arms a little lower if that helps you relax your shoulders. Even open a little bit more. Okay, so if you're feeling tensed in the neck and in your shoulders, just get into a position that allows you to relax the shoulders so we can do the movement and focus on the rotation. Inhale in the center, exhale, rotate. Inhale. So wherever your arms want to be, exhale. Inhale. One more time on each side. Exhale, trying to keep those hips in place. And last one. And relax. Relaxing the shoulders. We're going to lift the leg up. I'm going to extend the leg at the top. That's an option. Let's inhale. Exhale, lift your right knee up. Stay here. Inhale. Exhale, extend or stay where you are. Flex your foot. Inhale, foot down. Let's touch down. Good. So let's inhale. Exhale, lift. Pelvic floor in. Stay here. Inhale. Exhale, extend your foot. Flex it. Press it down. Relax, shake it out. Okay, so if the extension is not working for you today, you can have a couple fingers on the chair to make sure you're not gripping it, or you can stay here as we're extending. Exhale, stay into that position, and then bringing it down. Both are good. Just make sure as you're extending that you're not following it. So we're gonna do a few more on each side. Let's inhale first, exhale, lifting the knee up. Inhale, exhale, lengthen. Foot flex, inhale, pressing it down. Let's switch. Exhale, lift. Inhale. Exhale, extend. Pelvic floor in. Flex that foot, pressing it down. The leg can extend at whatever height in front, so let's exhale, lift. Inhale. Exhale, extend. So if that 45 degree is good for you, stay there. Inhale down. So go at the height that you can. The hips are staying in place. Exhale, up. Inhale. Exhale, extend. So we don't want this to happen. Up nice and tall. Inhale, press it down. Couple more. Exhale, lift. Inhale. Exhale, extend. Inhale, press it down. Last one. Exhale, lift. Pelvic floor in as you're lifting that leg. Inhale. Exhale, extend. Inhaling down. Good. Relax. Shake it out. We're going to go back to the back and adding the arms. So we're going to use the chair if we need it only, and a couple fingers on the back. If you have it right in front of you here, so you can have the same leg and the same side arm that goes 2 fingers on the chair, or you can bring both arms up. So let's find our feet under your hips, unlock your knees, straighten your right leg to the back here. Your foot is flexed, up nice and tall. We're going to inhale. On the next exhale, we're going to lift the heel up, bringing 1 or 2 arms in front. Lifting up to where you can here. And then let's bring it in together to the center. Exhale, inhale, sorry. Same leg, let's exhale, lift. And inhale, pressing it down. So we're going to go to the height that we can. One more time on that leg. Exhale, pressing that heel up. Hands are lightening forward. And inhale to center. Good. Relax your legs, relax your hip. Balance on your other leg. Straighten in the back. Up nice and tall. There's no pressure into the low back here. Let's inhale to prepare. Exhale. Pelvic floor in. Lift that back leg. Just the height that works, and then pressing it down. Inhale. So go at the pace that works for you today. Exhaling as you're lifting that heel to where you can, and then let's bring it back down. Good. And last time, make sure you inhale before you lift. Exhale, press that heel up. And inhale to center. Good. Relax, shake it out. A little bit off to the side. So up nice and tall, and you're going to unlock that right knee. Straighten your left to the side here. Lengthen your core. Lift that arm up. I want you to lengthen a little bit more. And then we're going to put 2 fingers on the chair. Let's reach up and inch over. Little pendulum. Bringing it back down. Good. Relax. Let's do that again. Same side up. And extend the leg. I want you to lengthen. So here, make sure you're not pulling on that shoulder. So you're lengthening from under your arm here, and then lengthen that leg, and little lift, little reach, little bit more, and bringing it down. Relax, shake it out. Other side. So if you need the chair, you can just move it around or face the back wall, that's okay. Up nice and tall, lengthen the leg off to your side, arm up. Relax your shoulder, lengthen, lift, and a little reach here, and bringing it back down. Relax your shoulders, and one more time up. Extend that leg, up nice and tall, lift, and reach, and bring it back down. Good. We're doing a few more side legs on the floor, so I'm gonna keep it at that for the standing position. Relaxing your shoulders. We're gonna go into a little back lunge. So you're gonna stand with your feet in line with your hips, just behind your chair. You're gonna take your right leg, you're gonna bring it back about 1.5 feet. And here we're gonna go down into a lunge. Going into a lunge behind the chair is kind of nice because it allows us to keep the distance between, it's a reference for our knee, right? So I'm here. Now, just make sure that you're nice and secure here. Come on up. If you need more distance, you can back it up a little bit. I don't want you to back here though. I switch side. So there's lots of strain here on the front of my hip. So find that happy place that you can bring that knee down to where you can without putting too much strain on the front of your hip. All right, actually I'm gonna switch side because that's gonna be a better view. So right leg behind, you're gonna think up nice and tall, engage here, think of an elastic under your shoulders, pull yourself down towards the floor. Go to the height that you can here, no pain in your knees. You're feeling pain, bring it up, okay? Right hand in front, 2 fingers on the chair if you need it. Open up that arm. Good. And bring it back to center. And lift. Again, think up, pulling yourself down. Good. Stay here. Inhale, and then lifting your arm. Exhale, rotate. There's no pressure into the low back here, just a little rotation. Bring it back to center and lengthen. One more time. Let's inhale on the way down. Exhale, open. Inhale to center. Exhale up. Let's bring it back in and relax. So remember, you can take a break whenever you need to. If I do 2 repetitions and it's a little too much, do 2 or do 1, take a break, do the other. So think up nice and tall, pulling yourself down. Adjust, so if you need to, bring that leg a little further back, a little further forward to get comfortable as much as you can into that lunge. So let's bring it down, 2 fingers on the chair. Let's inhale, exhale to prepare pelvic floor in, little rotation here. And inhale, exhale up. 2 fingers on the chair as needed. Let's inhale, pulling down. Good, exhale, open. Inhale, bring it to center. Exhale, up. One more time. Inhale, down. Exhale, open. Inhale to center. Exhale, up. Let's bring it back together and relax, shake it out. Okay, a little roll down. Time just flies. So feet are under your hips. You're gonna stand at the end of your mat. We're gonna do just a few little roll down and back up, and then we'll move on to the floor. So feet under your hips, you're gonna unlock your knees here. I don't want your legs, knees pushing back. And I want you to think that you have a little ball under your chin, and you're gonna lift your head up and try to go around that ball. So you're lengthening a little bit the upper back. Ball is down here, you're rolling over gently. So I'm not just like caving into myself, I'm just rolling gently down. Bend your knees a little bit more as needed. Now let's stay here for a second, enjoy the little stretch. Straighten your legs a little bit if you want to get that little extra stretch in the back of your legs. I'm not locking them, I'm just straightening them a little bit. Then I want you to think about the muscles on each side of your belly button and lower. Press that towards your low back and then rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Roll the shoulders up and back and lengthen, looking up at the ceiling here. So I want you to think up nice and tall. You're going to be a little light on those heels, chest to that upper corner, no sinking into that low back though. And then bring it back to center. Next time we're going to add our arms. So thinking up and over that little ball, rolling down gently, unblocking your knees, feeling that little stretch into your back. Go to where it's comfortable. Good. You can straighten the legs a little bit more, getting that hamstring stretch. Then bend the knees and engage your abs and roll up one vertebra at a time. Now here, shoulders up and back and lifting your arms up in front. Now we're not sinking into the low back. I want you to reach up towards the upper corner. You're not lifting with the shoulders, you're lifting from under your arms. Lengthen that core. Pull up, make that spine as long as you can without that sinking into the low back, and bring your arms down. Good. So we're going to go down to the floor for the next one, and we're going to stay there. So this is 20 minutes already. Relax the shoulders, thinking up and over, rolling down. Unlock your knees. Gently. Whenever you feel that stretch, you can stop here and relax for a second, and maybe you can go further. When you're at your max, you're going to bend your knees more. So if this is my max, I'm going to bend my knees until I can touch the floor. Then I'm going to engage here. Think about somebody holding your hips up to help you walk down. And I'm going to put my fingers and then my hand. Fingers, hand. So I'm not just sinking into those arms. Now if you're into a plank position, you can go into a modified plank here, dropping it down on your knees, or stay up with me. You're going to send those elbows back, and we're going to roll down, come down gently, and try to hold it just above the floor. So let's get going. So inhale, and as we're exhaling, we're going to slowly go down. Exhale, nice and controlled, nice and slow. Good. Now here we're going to hold it for one breath. Inhale, exhale, then roll all the way down. Okay, let's put our forearms on the floor. So we're feeling those triceps for Wednesday. So elbows are on the floor, legs in line with your hips. Toes are on the floor. We're going to lift up on the knees. So we're into a low plank position here. We're going to inhale, next exhale, lift your one knee up, and then bringing it down. Exhale, lift the other knee up, bringing it down. So we can keep alternating here from the floor, or if you need a little bit more, let's exhale, lifting both knees. Now when I say drop, if you have both knees on the floor, you're going to lift, and then up, drop, or lift. Both knees at the same place. One is on the ground, the other one's up. Both knees in the same place. One on the ground, the other one up. You're going to pick the movement that is the hardest to exhale. Make sure you're inhaling through your nose. Last one. Good. Both knees down and lower. All right. We're going to go on our side, giving our shoulder a little break. So here on your side, I want you engaged. So engaging your core to pick up your side. You can have a little pillow here under your head if you want to. We're going to have our knees at 45 degrees down, and knees are together, and my heels are in line with my spine. And we're going to think up nice and tall. So pick up your side, lengthen that spine. And again, heels in line with the spine. So I'm not dropping them on the floor. They're a little bit higher here. We're going to inhale. I want your hip to stay in place. So try with your fingers on your hip here. Imagine you have a little glass of water here. We're going to inhale. On the next exhale, you're going to lift that knee up without moving the hip. Inhaling down. Exhale, pelvic floor in, lifting that leg up. Inhale down. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. We did a lot of side legs this week, so I just have a few here. Just in case you didn't do the other workouts. So here, we're gonna bring the legs in front at 45, and we're gonna inhale. On the next exhale, you're gonna lift the top leg up just a little bit. Now, you can keep the knee bent and do the up and down, or you can extend the leg here. And let's inhale as we lower. Exhale, lift. Now, keeping that hip in place. I don't want it to fall down. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. So whichever modification, knee bent or leg extended, make sure you're exhaling pelvic floor in as you're lifting the leg up. Okay, I'm gonna do 2 more. And 1 more. Good, let's bring it in and let's lengthen our legs. We're gonna go into a little plank. So here you can have your legs straight or knees bent. We're gonna come up on our elbow. And so modified plank, knees are bent. You can have the top leg extended as well. Just make sure your knees are in line with the rest of your body and not in front. You can also have your legs staggered. And here we're gonna lift up. So make sure your shoulder is right in line with your elbow. And let's inhale. On the next exhale, we're gonna lift that hip off the ground. Okay, now let's bring that arm up. And bring it down. Good, exhale, lift up. Reach above your head. So make sure you're not pulling with the shoulder collapsing here. I want you to reach to the other side of the room. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. We've got 2 more. Exhale up. 5 is my number today. Inhale down. And last one. Exhale up. And inhale down. Good. And we're going to go on our belly. So here, I want you to have your hands, you can rest your forehead on your hands. Your legs, we're going to start with the legs about the width, just a little wider than your mat. So your toes are going to be touching on the outside of your mat. Now, as we're doing the exercise, no pressure into the low back. So I want you to think about your pubic bone and press it gently into the floor. And then we're going to bring our heels together and we're going to lift the legs up, knees up. So get ready. We're going to inhale. Next exhale, lift the knees off the ground without that sinking into the low back. So pubic bone into the floor. Inhale down. It's not a big movement. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. So you're working your core here, because if not, you're going to collapse into your back. So let's exhale, pelvic floor in. Inhale down. We only have 2 more. Exhale, pelvic floor in, lift. Inhale down. And last one. Good. Let's extend the legs and let's bring the legs in line with your hips. Okay, so here, we're going to lift our upper body. We're going to inhale. On the next exhale, I want you to lengthen your spine, pulling towards the wall in front, and then gently roll it up to where you can. Let's stay in this position. So there's no pinching into the low back here, you're just lengthening. We're going to inhale, next exhale. I want you to try and lift your hands off the floor, lengthen your core, lengthen your back, draw a big circle with your arms, like you're swimming. Good, make sure you are breathing. So let's inhale here, exhale, big circle. Inhale, exhale, big circle. Good, let's go and put your hands down and roll down. Now, press your hands just next to your chest, and we're going to press the hips back into a child pose for a little stretch for your back. Good. And we're going to go into the other side leg. So, we're going to start with the clams. Getting ahead of myself here, forgetting one side for the clams. So picking up your side, up nice and long spine, and bending your knees at about 45, heels together. We're going to inhale. Next, exhale. We're going to lift the knee up, pelvic floor in. Inhale down. So here, the clams, they probably feel pretty easy. So I want you to really focus on that breathing and drawing that pelvic floor in whenever you're breathing out. And then releasing as you're breathing in. Because the release is as important. We don't want to be all tensed up all the time. Let's exhale, lift. So depending on how you count, this is our last one, but maybe it's number 6, I don't remember. Let's exhale up and inhale down. Good, let's lower the legs and bring them up to 90 degrees. Now remember, you can keep that knee bent in front or extend the leg. So let's inhale, next exhale. Make sure you're not just dropped out here. Lift your knee up. Now keep it bent, or on the next exhale, extend the leg. Okay, we're going to inhale, lower the leg. Exhale, lift. So you want to lift to where you can without dipping the hip back. Inhale down. The leg can be in front here, or bend your knee. You're going to exhale up. Inhale down. Again, think about that pelvic floor. Exhale up. Inhale down. And bend that knee. All right, let's extend our legs. Going into that side plank. So whatever position your legs are in, you're going to go to that. And we're going to go into that elbow under our shoulder and that little side plank lift. So let's get ready. So inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift your hip off the ground. Okay, the arm up. And then you want to reach above. You don't want to just collapse here. So reaching above, bringing it down. Inhale. Exhale, lift. Reach to the ceiling, reach above your head. Lengthen your core. Let's exhale, lift. And inhale down. Good. And we're going back to our belly and doing a few. I only did 3. We're supposed to do 5. Okay, so 2 more. Let's get ready. And exhale, lift. I did have coffee though and breakfast already. My brain should be awake. And let's exhale, lift. And inhale down. Okay, now on our belly. So you're going to place your head again on your forehead on your hands and open your feet a little wider than your mat. You're going to point your feet without cramping your toes. So think about pushing with the ball of your feet and not curling your toes. I want you to think about pressing the pubic bone into the floor and then imagine your legs being pulled away from you. And then lift them up on the exhale and inhale, lower. So lengthen, lift them up on the exhale, inhale, lower. Lengthen, lift up. Inhale, lower. Don't just let them drop down. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, lower. And last one, exhale, lift up. Inhale, lower. Good. Let's place your legs in line with your hips, and hands are going to be just underneath here, close to your shoulders, and we're going to lift up the upper back. So let's inhale to prepare. Exhale, lengthen, and then lift. You don't have to lift very high. No pinching into that low back. I know your back is working, and so you'll feel that tension, but there's no big pinching here. Let's inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift your hands. Hands are going to go straight in front this time. So inhale, exhale, lengthen the arms in front, draw that big circle towards your side and back to your shoulder. Inhale, exhale. So I'm just going to remind you to keep exhaling. It doesn't matter where you're breathing in, just make sure you exhale. That way I know you'll breathe in. Good, and hands by your shoulders and lower down. Good, let's press back into child pose for a little back stretch. Good, just send your hips back a little further and bring it back in. Okay, we're going to go into a sitting position. Holy smokes. So, that time, it's like when I'm teaching, the clock moves faster. So, hands underneath your legs here. We're going to do our little roll down. So, you probably remember, but let's review quickly. You can have your hands underneath your legs to help you roll down. I want that roll down nice and controlled. You can have your hands on the floor as well. Knees can be bent or legs can be extended. So I want you to think about the muscles on each side of your spine. We're not compressing the spine on the floor. We're using the pads on each side of our spine to roll down on the mat. So even if you had a hardwood floor, which I know I was going to knock on the hardwood, but it's foam. Even if you had a hardwood floor, you should be able to roll down without feeling the pressure on your spine. So let's focus on that. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, slowly roll down. So use the variation that works for you. And if you don't know which one, feel free to send me a little note and we can go over those variation again. So hands to the ceiling, a little bit more work on the shoulder and the abs here, so the chest. I want your chest to stay closed. I don't want the rib cage to open, so maintain the ribs in place as you're lightening your arms behind you. Good, let's bring the arms up. Make sure you're inhaling here and exhale, roll up. Now you can use the leg to add that little extra momentum as needed, or put your arms down or do the full roll up. Now lengthen here, flex your feet, think about a little ball under your belly and go over past, not necessarily past your toe, but over towards past your toes and bring it back down. Good. Inhale, exhale, roll down. Okay, we're going to stay here. We're going to finish with a roll up. So let's move into our next exercise. Let's bring your legs in. We're going to bring your right knee up and straighten out that leg. Bring your left knee up. Good. Let's inhale, exhale, lower that leg. Inhale in, other side. Straighten, exhale, lower. Inhale in. So you can keep alternating here, or you can put them together. So I'm exhaling, as I'm lowering, I'm lightening the other one, pulling in. Now, if you need a little bit more of a challenge, think about your back in that neutral position. Slowly lengthen your neck and lift the shoulders off the ground. Breathing out. Good. We're going to get a little bit more of a stretch here. So keep the leg up, straight, pull in, and switch. Pulling in, and switch. Gentle pull in. Now you can lower your neck if that works better for you. You can keep the knees a little bit bent as well. Okay, so a few variation here. Make sure you're breathing in on one leg coming in and out on that same leg going away from you. Keeping your eyes past your toes. Good, bring your knees in, relax, shift your hips a little bit. Okay, and let's put the feet down. Extend your legs. And bring your arms up. Place your shoulder blades into the little pocket. Think about your back in that neutral position. Let's inhale here. Exhale. Keep those abs engaged, chest engaged as you're lengthening that. Those arms towards the back. And bring it back to center. Inhale. Exhale, rolling up. Use the roll up that works for you today. Flex your feet, lengthen, going over. Good. And bring yourself back up. All right, relax the shoulders. Okay, and we're going to do one more here. So our legs are going to be open into a V position. And you can have a little bend into your knees. We're going to do a little twist. As you're twisting, I don't want your twist and curve. So if we're curving, we're in the center. If we're twisting, I want that back to stay nice and straight as we're going forward. So we're not curving forward as we're twisted. Unlock your knees as needed. I'm going to keep my legs straight. Feet are relaxed. You're going to think up nice and tall. Bring your hands up here. Let's inhale. On the exhale, same rotation as we did before. So in the start, your hips are staying on the floor. Good. Now lengthen here and over towards your leg. Let's bring it back to center. Inhale. Exhale. Lengthen first, rotate. Keep that back straight, a little bit over. So you're hinging at the hip. Inhale. Lower your hands if that's too much for your neck. Inhale to center. Lengthen, rotate. Over. Little stretch at the same time. Inhale to center. Lengthen, rotate, over. Good. And inhale to center. Relax. Grab under your knees. Bring them in. Give me a little shift here for your hips. Grabbing your right ankle. Bring it behind you. And relax the hip. Good. And just a tiny stretch here, keeping your abs engaged, gently pulling your right knee behind you, and bring it back to center. Let's grab the other side and engage the hip, gently pulling it behind you, and back to center. Good, relax your shoulders. Let's take just your right arm, bring it behind you, lifting, little twist, gently bringing it forward. Good, relax here. Lengthen up, open, stay here, relax. Lift up towards the ceiling, a little reach over. Palm towards the ceiling, tiny, tiny stretch here, and bring it up and release. Let's do the other side. Hand next to you. Rotate, sweeping forward. You're stretching at the same time a little bit here. Relax, pull up. Good, relax the shoulder. Reach, don't collapse here. Reach up and over, palm towards the ceiling, and gently open. Let's do both arms for our back, lifting behind us, little rotation. Now let's stay here. Think about your abs. Gently push your right sits bone into the ground as you're reaching forward. Let's do the other side. Left sits bone into the ground as you're reaching forward. Back to center. Up, open, just gently. And relax the shoulders. Perfect. Lengthen your neck a little bit longer. Looking up at the ceiling, pulling that chest down. Back to center. Lengthen the back of your neck. And back to center. Relax your shoulders. And drop your chin towards your chest. Little roll to one side. Back to center. Little roll to the other side. and back to center and up. I hope you enjoyed the class and that it went by as quickly for you as it did for me, because the time I didn't see it go by. So have an awesome Friday, and you'll hear from me later today, but have a great weekend. Take care.